Let's talk about names. Okay, obviously, favorite names, just in general, or baby names?
Well, babies grow up to be people. I don't get why people are like, baby names. Does it change when they're turning 10?
Alright, here's what okay, yeah, you're right. Okay, you do have a point. That is one way to look at it. That a lot of people probably look at it like. But I'm like, my seed. So I don't care. Like, they're my baby always.
Oh. They're your baby. Oh, that's so sweet.
They're my babies.
They're my
Those are little daily babies.
babies.
And I get to call them whatever I want. And I don't care how large their vessels become. Or how serious they take themselves.
I'm gonna let my kids name themselves.
What? So what are we gonna call them?
So I'm gonna give them a name, but by the time they're like 12, they get to pick a different name if they want, and the name that I gave them will become their middle name. Well, okay, let's use a fake name. So, like, I would give them their first name, but then that's what we would call them until they would be like, hey, I want to change my name to be called this. And then we would put the name that I named them in the middle and the name that they want first. So for, like, the first 12 years of their lives, they'll just have two names. Their first name.
Well, if you're going to change their name anyways...
I'm not going to change their name. They're going to change their name. Or
yeah.
If they like their first name, then they can put a middle name in.
Here's the problem I see with that. Potential problem. Right? You take Junior in to get its name changed on paper.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, hey, I got this cool name for you. And you can add your first name that you want to it. They're like, Mom, I don't like any of those names. I even want to change my last name. You're like,
do it.
That's what you like?
Yeah.
You say, oh, good. You can be called whatever you want, and you still be a loved, accepted member of this family.
Of course.
Okay. I think you'll be like, no, you only get to change your first name, and the rest, and I'm still going to call you whatever I want to call you. And the rest stays the same on paper until you're
honestly, I don't
emancipated.
No,
and
that's
you can change
ridiculous.
your full name whenever you want.
No,
They'll
why
be
would
like,
I?
Why would I want to change the whole thing right now?
Why wouldn't I let them change their whole name?
Exactly. I just gave you a reason. Because you like the name you gave them already.
Nope, that's not how I'm going to do it. I'm going to let them pick their own name. Well then. Because, like, I don't even want to change my name when I get married. I like my name.
Yeah.
My
That's
full name.
Totally different.
What it sounds like you think I am is like I'm like saying,
I'm saying
this is a fun project, but I still think that that name means something that you have to have for the rest of your life until you get emancipated.
I think you're going to become attached to whatever you start calling a person. And
I'm trying to call our sister the name that she
everything.
wants to be called, and I spell the other sister's name the way she wants it spelled.
Yeah, well, those aren't your kids that you've been naming and stuff. First. Wait, when were you going to take them in and let them? As
12.
soon as they figure out when they were 12?
Yeah.
Okay.
My favorite boy name is Josh. Like, I've met a lot of Joshes, and they are technically pretty good-looking people. I was going to say good people. I don't know if they're good people, though. They're just good-looking people.
Some of them you don't really know. I know one you don't know.
Favorite male name?
I don't... Oh, Vasily.
Vasily? Huh, that's exotic. I almost said neurotic, but exotic is the word.
Could be neurotic. I think it's Russian.
Vasily. That sounds Italian.
That area, Vasily.
Mm-hmm. Vasily. Vasily. Reminds me of spaghetti. Italian.
Let's see. Oh, and I like the idea of boys having names. I already told you, probably, that are gender neutral, but no one in Western culture not many people would be aware that it is gender neutral. Like Lindsay is a gender neutral name. Everybody knows Alex, but there's another one.
Jordan is another one.
Jesse.
Jesse is another one.
But I don't even like Jesse name. Jordan? Yeah, Jordan is, and it's not. It's like Alex. Like it's a popular gender neutral. Like that is as gender neutral as people will go. But like no one would name their son Lindsay in the U.S.
Right.
Well, not many people. I don't want to say no one because someone might, but I mean I would.
Oh yeah, Lindsay.
Oh my gosh, what is the other one? There's a bunch. There's just a bunch. Sasha.
Chris.
That one is accepted.
It is a gender neutral, but mostly girls are named Chris, right? Or
Like
no.
just Chris. Tony actually is one.
Tony. Oh yeah, I know a male and a female Tony. Did you hear about that couple that was married and they had the exact same name? First, middle, and last.
Really?
Yeah. They found
But
each
they
other
never
on
knew each
Facebook.
other?
Well, they found each other on Facebook because their names were the same, and then they got married.
Weird.
It was like
I mean,
Alex
strange.
something, and then the last name. Yeah. Oh, if I have twins, I want to name one Eugene and one Boaz. I like that for twin names.
Ashley. Okay, let's. I
Ashley.
just had to get that out there so I could.
Ashley. Oh,
Ashley
Ashley.
is the other gender neutral one that's like. That is not gender neutral. It is.
I don't like many girl names. Like, I have a lot of boy names that I can name boys, but the only girl name I have for a future daughter that I might have is Anastasia.
Anastasia. Oh man, that's such a pretty name, except it's like too pretty. I feel like I almost wouldn't want to. No, I'm not gonna say that. Anastasia. What would you call her though for short? Just Anna? Come on.
No, I wouldn't. I don't, like, when I take long names, I wouldn't, like, want to shorten them down. I want to call them the name. Like, my dog, I want to call my dog that name, that full long name.
What, you can't say it on camera?
Elephant?
Oh, no.
I'm
See,
gonna call her
but here's the
Elephant, and I call
Okay.
Boomer and Boomy. I mean, like, sometimes I call, but, like, if I get a daughter, I'm gonna and name her Anastasia. That's what I'm gonna call her. Like, I wish everybody called me by my full name. You know?
It just takes too much of my time.
Ouch! This is Anastasia. But if you're just introduced to me as, you know, like the full name, then it's just the full name.
Right off the bat. Some people like using people's full names.
But you
and it's
know
like
what?
natural to them. They're like, oh, that. Because then
You're like, I'm Tony. Anthony. Yeah, every time, yeah.
Yeah, they're like, oh, is that short for Anthony? And you're like, well, yeah. Oh, yeah, this is my friend Anthony.
No.
I told you to call me Tony. But your name is Anthony. Okay. You got me.
What was cool?
Boaz and what was the other one?
Eugene.
Where did those come from? Because I feel like Eugene doesn't really go with Boaz. Where's you just like the sound of it?
Yeah, I just Eugene
I'm not
and
making
Boaz.
fun of it.
No, I don't.
I know
I
my head was like, yeah, you're such a silly person.
I mean, like, there's no real connection. However, I know that I don't want to name, if I ever have twins, which is like one in a bajillion chance, right? But, like, I just know that I don't want to
Probably
name
better
my
than
kid. Well, I mean, we don't have any twins in our family, so I'd have to have someone who was, like, a strong gene, you know? But,
It just sounded good.
yeah, I just like those names. I heard them, and it was just like, oh, I like this
Instinct.
name, and I like this name, and then I have a whole bunch of other names that I like, but, like, if I had twins, those are just the names that I would want.
Only if they're twins?
Well, yeah, I don't want to just name one Eugene and one Boaz. I want Eugene and Boaz to be together.
Whoa, that's real specific.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I just know that I don't want to name twins Boaz and Josh, or not Boaz and Josh, like Josh and Jordan, you know, like with the same first letter.
Oh, yeah, lots of people do that. That is kind of annoying.
Yeah.
And it loses its fun
Yeah.
after a little while. After very
I
soon.
think a lot of things that twins do loses its fun. Cause like honestly, when Sam
Twins
and
are
Colvin
very different people.
dress up, well, some of them. I mean, you should see some of the other twins that I've seen. Like there are these two twins who like don't like to be away from each other, and they look exactly alike, and they talk at the same time and all this stuff. It's weird. But like when Sam and Colvin dress up the same, I'm like, oh, you guys are so cute. So like you could have just two little people doing the same thing, and it would still be fun. They don't have to be twins.
Yeah.
So like all the stuff you do with your twins, you could probably just do with two girls or two boys or even a girl and a boy. You can make them like matching sets. I'm just saying. I don't think
Yeah.
things
Like
that
siblings
twins
really
do.
close in age.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, did you already tell me your favorite girl names?
So I don't have a lot. So Anastasia was the only girl name that I have right now. Cause like I don't know why, but just like all girl names sound the same to me. Like Rose and Ashley and Stephanie. They all just sound like the same. Like not one jumps out at me. Except for
Okay, yeah, I hear
Anastasia is
Jump out at you style.
yeah.
Yeah. No. So. Wait, Anastasia, give me one more. Because what if you get to name two females in your
I'd like to name one after me if I get a daughter.
Oh.
That'd be fun.
So if a female. If you have a girl and you name her after you, is that Amarissa Jr.?
Yeah. I would say yes.
Or is it a different acronym?
No, there would be nothing for it.
I mean,
but,
suffix different.
Right, I hear you. I don't think there's nothing for a girl. It's just I'm named after my mom, but it's not even a junior. But if I have a girl, it's gonna be Amarissa Jr.
Nice. Yeah, we were watching Orphan Black.
Oh.
And Mrs. S. Siobhan. That's such a pretty name. I think it's I don't want to say Irish and it's Scottish, or Scottish but it's really
Oh, I
Irish.
see.
Because I don't think they'd appreciate that.
Right.
The
It's either Scottish or Irish.
Well, here's the thing. I think it's Irish because Irish people get made fun of for eating potatoes. Am I right? Scottish people don't get made fun of. Scottish people get made fun of for wearing kilts. Irish people get made fun of for always eating potatoes, apparently. But I know they don't always. They eat other things. However, because I know Saoirse Ronan is from Ireland because she was making fun of potatoes on a video I saw of her making tea.
Mm-hmm.
And Saoirse's pretty. So, the name.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Saoirse Ronan is pretty, but her name is really pretty.
Right.
But I like Siobhan, the name Siobhan, better. I actually like that that lady who plays that character better too. Sorry, Saoirse. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean.
Is Saoirse a real person though?
Yeah, and that's like her real name.
Saoirse. And
But-
people call her
But
Saoirse.
both of those names.
Not
they call
Saoirse?
her. They call her Sasha. They call her Sorcy. It's a silly name. I mean, it's a difficult name to
Siobhan.
pronounce if you don't know. If you weren't the person who named her that. How are you supposed to say? Sasha, Saoirse. Either way, I like saying it. Saoirse. Saoirse. Like, actually, I like blurring it so you can't tell what I'm trying to say. But it's pretty. Any way you say it. And then,
Brandon, Braden, Brian,
yeah.
Keegan, Kellen, Kevin.
So recently, I just like overseas names. I'm thinking. Okay, so I have this whole line of names though for girls.
Uh-huh.
Let me spit them out for you, and they all have this theme. What's the theme? Bellalika, Mechanica, America. I stole that one from somebody that we used to know. It's Dutch. She was Dutch. Yeah. And then the Dutch have some pretty cool names. Some dumb sounding names. but some are pretty cool. It's like it's either way. It's either really dumb or really cool. Uh,
Ica.
Ica, yeah, it's really pretty. There was one more. I can't remember. I always want to do a Stella something, but it doesn't really work
Stella.
in my mind.
Who's
Oh,
Stella?
Thessalonica. So I was reading the Bible one day, and then Thessalonia, I think, was the Old Testament place.
Yeah. Thessalonians. Yeah.
And then I was like, whoa. And then I just liked that.
So you made up a name.
And then
though?
isn't Thessaly a place? If it isn't, it ought to be. Because that's
they should
pretty.
name a town.
That's pretty. I could see that being the name of a place over
Yeah.
in the Middle East. Thessaly. Anyways, I was like, oh, Thessalonica. I'm
Right.
so proud of that one. Bellalaika is the prettiest feminine sounding name in like top for me. Number one.
Bellalaika.
Bellalaika. But Thessalonica is a special word for me.
One of your siblings had a kid, and they named their kid, so your you or niece, a name that you wanted to name your kid. Would you not use that name?
No, I would be a little bit
Upset with that.
upset. Yeah.
Well, but not like on purpose. I mean.
If either way. If
Okay,
it was
Anna's
an
gonna get
accident,
pregnant
especially
eventually, and
if
you're
it
like,
was on
don't
purpose.
use Ashley.
No, I would never do that.
I just used Ashley as that, but like.
I would never say don't, but I would just be like, fingers crossed, don't use any of the names I want to use. And then it so happens they use a name that I want to use. I'm just, swallow that. I just
Well,
green
like, how many kids, I mean, how many names can you have to have a whole bunch of names then. I mean, I don't know, but maybe I would just
I feel
use
like mine
the
are
name.
exotic enough that
That-
none of my
yeah.
other siblings, no one in my immediate family is going to use it. Yeah. Okay. Boy names though, Tamelo, I call him Tamo. I used to go to high school with a guy and his name was Tamo, and I thought that was a cool name.
Was his name Tamello though?
I think.
Why would
because
you
like
guys
his
like?
mom called him Tamelo or something, but maybe
Maybe
that
it was
was
a
like his
nickname.
baby nickname. Like,
But like, I don't get why people are like, what are you gonna call him for short? It's like, name the kid what you want to name it. If you wanted to be Alex, just name it Alex. Don't name it Alexander.
except
you know,
I like that. I like the it's a cool long name and a cool.
you
nickname.
hate your long name.
Yeah. However, I like your long name nickname combo.
Mm.
And
And
Anna's. And like mine, yeah, unfortunately I don't like my long name, but it's there. It's like a theme. There's a long name and then there's a nickname. And I like that about names. And I even like calling someone a nickname and then people outside of the circle don't know, but like I always expect someone to have a deeper real name, like a longer name.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense to me. I always expect that to be their name. Like, one time I did meet a Tony and a person was calling him Anthony. Like, she was like, oh yeah, Anthony. I was like, where did you get Anthony from? And she's like, that's what's short for Tony. And I was like, what? And he was like, yeah, it is short for Anthony, but it was just Tony, you know? And I was like, oh, that's weird. Like, that was the first time. I just always, my name is what I'm called, is what.
So,
My parents
what kind of
intended
person
for
are
me.
you though? Are you the kind of person who will keep calling them Tony even though you know they have a longer name, or are you the kind of person who will switch over and call them their longer name? Are you the kind of person that calls them what they tell you to call you at the very first meeting, or the kind of person that likes to call them by their full name, no matter what?
I'll do what they like, because I like my full name, and even when I meet people, like in my workplace, the person the
try to
person
cater
that
to
I'm working
people's
with,
preference.
yeah, the person I'm working
yeah.
with was calling me by my nickname Rissa, and then but I had introduced myself as Amarissa. The only place Amarissa really stuck was in cheer, where nobody I knew was calling me Rissa.
So why don't you fight for that?
I am. I mean, I do, but like, I mean, people are introducing
I
me.
can't
They're
imagine
like,
you're going around every time that one person calls you Rissa. Every time you're like, can you call me Amarissa? It's kind of bugging me.
I don't say that because that's rude. You know.
But they would get it. They're not gonna stop calling you Rissa unless you are rude.
I know, but like I don't want to be rude. Like, okay, it's not.
Alright. Don't feel bad for you. I want to feel bad for you, but I can't unless you do.
I hate when people call me Marissa, so I'd rather people miss the whole Amy part and just call me Rissa instead of trying to get Amarissa and calling me Marissa. I'd rather them call me Rissa than Marissa.
So you'd be rude to them if they started calling you Marissa.
Yeah, I
But
punched
if it's
somebody
just
once
the-
for calling me Marissa
In
because
the
I
face?
no, in the stomach. I told him not to. I said, "Don't call me Marissa," and I told him, and I told him, and I told him, and then he called me Marissa, and I said, "Don't call me Marissa," or something like that, or I just turned around and punched him. But I know I had given him lots of warnings, but I was not happy.
Okay,
It's like,
side note.
so.
Side note. No, doesn't matter. Side note, gone.
Wait, no, ask it and I'll cut it out. But I really want to know.
No, I was gonna tell you how to behave, but you're an adult. So.
Oh, that I was an immature high schooler then.
4 years ago, you were immature.
Yeah.
Okay, no, that was mean again. No. Anyways, experience.